And what's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Craig D. Hendricks, and we have decided on the new name for the show. It is The Final Score. After long deliberations and various names submitted by our guests, we've decided on The Final Score. Now, we changed names only because there is another show that was named Just Sports. Didn't have the question mark, so they couldn't sue me. But, I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. So that's really what that is. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Just had a lot to take care of. But I've been abreast about a lot of things. And I talked to you a long time ago about how I felt about Kaepernick. And in the wake of all the incidents in Charlottesville and, the various gatherings, our president's words and lack thereof words, I've got to get into the Colin Kaepernick thing again. Because now my feelings have gotten even stronger about what I feel about that. My thing is this. The fact that he's being punished when he is a man who puts his money where his mouth is and does all kinds of humanitarian work here in the States and abroad. For instance, just the other day, he donated his entire sneaker collection to a homeless shelter. And that's like a minor thing of some of the stuff he's done. He's got another charity that he promised to donate $1 million to over time, and he gives them like $100,000 a month. If people cannot get behind this guy because he's bringing awareness to unnecessary deaths, that's just stupid. For those of you who attach prejudice to this, that's even more ignorant, because Colin Kaepernick is adopted with white parents whom he loves and credits so much for his life and the successes that he's been able to attain. So let's stop being prejudiced. Let's try to get along. Now, with that said, there's just a group of ignorant people that are going to hate. They just are. No matter what they're going to hate, they're going to be ignorant and they're going to hate. I can't do anything about those people. Now, I don't know, and I usually don't like to talk religion in my sports shows, but I know what God tells me to do. He tells me to turn the other cheek. And there's countless examples of Jesus turning the other cheek, culminating with his crucifixion. And I'm not going to get into that with anybody because, then there's the whole King James and knowing the history of that in Christianity. And everyone has the right to believe what they believe, and that's the way I feel. I'm not going to dedicate my life to debating other people on religion. But the fact that Colin Kaepernick is being blacklisted, and at this point you cannot say it's anything else. All the excuses of, oh, well, the system that we run is not suitable for him is nonsense. He's being blacklisted. He's being blacklisted, and he's better than most of the garbage that people that are watching football are watching. And I say people that are watching football because this situation is pissing off a group of people that the NFL apparently doesn't care about. They feel that they should have to worry about their sponsors, their suite holders, their season ticket holders, and the regulars at their stadiums. I got news for you, NFL. You're going to lose a lot of money because what's going to go on now is people are going to boycott your products and those sponsors' products because you chose to punish Colin Kaepernick for caring about someone else. So while you concern yourself, because you see, for me, the thing is this. If you really, really research NFL history, and you have to dig to get it because the NFL is one of the best in keeping their stuff in-house, especially their negative headlines in-house. There have been far worse crimes than Colin Kaepernick standing against brutality and standing for equality. I mean, real jail-worthy stuff. He didn't do drugs. He didn't beat anybody up. No bar fight. Didn't beat his girlfriend or his wife. He kneeled for the national anthem. Now, I'm here to tell you this pisses me off. There's no other words for it. I am pissed off at the NFL, and I love my football. I told you my fandom for all my sports: Cowboys, Yankees, Rangers, and hockey. Love my sports, love my teams, Knicks and basketball. But I'm pissed off now because this reminds me of watching an old show about slavery. And being a black man in this country pisses me off. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against anybody from any other race. Sports is a melting pot. That's part of what makes it so great. You have people from all races, cultures, religions, backgrounds that are talented come together to play their game. That's part of what makes it great. The fans come from all races, religions, cultures, backgrounds to root for their team. That is what makes sports great. And the gladiators and the warriors and the talent that takes their field of play to boycott Colin Kaepernick is criminal. To blacklist him, rather, is criminal to me when so much worse has gone on in the NFL. And I won't call out no names because then people will try to make this a racial thing, and it's not. It's just not. At least not for me, it's not. But for the NFL, I think it is. I think it's a racial thing. I think if a Caucasian player would have knelt for the anthem because they didn't like children being killed unnecessarily by police officers whom generally do a great job And I support the men and women that put on that uniform every day and put it on the line for us. I really do. But I have worked side by side with both sides of that. Officers that I felt didn't need to have the uniform, and officers that I felt represented that uniform stupendously in every way, shape, or form. Now, it's hard for me to get on to another topic